Field Analyst, Joint Intelligence Command Call Sign, Observer. Date of briefing, May 7, 2025. The calms crackled with raw, unfiltered panic. April 22, 2025. Baisaran Valley. Near Pahalgam, a name now seared into the strategic memory of the subcontinent. What should have been a tranquil Himalayan vista became a killing field. The initial reports were chaotic, but the grim tally soon solidified. 26 civilians, primarily Hindu tourists, cut down. The signature was brutal, efficient, and chillingly familiar. The Resistance Front, TRFA, known Lashkar-e-Taiba proxy. Pakistan's shadow hand in Kashmir claimed responsibility. This wasn't just another border skirmish, this was a deliberate, bloody escalation. The Indian response was a clenched fist. The Indus Waters Treaty, a decades-old accord, was suspended a strategic chokehold. Border crossings, vital economic arteries, slammed shut. Pakistani diplomats were declared personae non grata, their bags packed, their mission terminated. Islamabad's denial was swift and predictable, but their subsequent actions spoke volumes. Pakistani airspace became a no-fly zone. For Indian carriers, their military claiming an Indian retaliatory strike was not just possible, but imminent. Within days, the line of control, that perpetually simmering wound, boiled over. Artillery duels, sniper fire, infiltration attempts, the grim symphony of a low-intensity conflict turning hot. Both New Delhi and Islamabad placed their air forces on heightened alert. The fighters were fueled, armed, their pilots on hair-trigger readiness. The situation had gone kinetic. A full-scale aerial confrontation loomed, a terrifying prospect demanding an immediate, cold-blooded assessment of the air power equation. This is what we're looking at. Indian Air Force IAF, the elephant in the sky. As of 2025, the IAF fields approximately 715 combat aircraft. To put that in perspective, that's a tactical air arm larger than most, slotting them into the global top 5. The USAF boasts over 2,000. Russia's VKS around 900 to 1,100. China's PLAF over 1,500 fighters. And France about 220. Crucially, within South Asia, this number dwarfs the Pakistan Air Force's estimated 450 jets. The backbone, the workhorse of the IAF, remains the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI. Around 260 of these twin-engine, multi-role air superiority fighters are operational, a product of a 1990s Indo-Russian venture. The MKI modernized Rovani Komerchesky Indisky modernist commercial Indian is a bespoke beast. Russian airframe, formidable 3D thrust vectoring AL-31FP engines, but with a significant twist of Israeli electronic warfare systems and Indian-developed mission computers and avionics. First inducted in its K-variant form in 1997, with the full MKI standard arriving in 2002. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited HAL has been churning them out domestically. The ongoing Super Sukhoi midlife upgrade is bolting on the indigenous Uttam ESA, active electronically scanned array radar, and the Astra MK to beyond visual range BVR missile, sharpening its fangs considerably. With a combat radius approaching 1,500 kilometers unrefueled, and capable of launching the formidable BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, Mach 2.8. Range now extended to 450 kilometers. The Su-30 MKI provides a devastating standoff strike capability. It also carries a lethal mix of Russian R-77 air-to-air missiles and diverse Indian ordnance. Complementing the Sukhoi are 36 Dassault Rafales, spread across 2 squadrons. These 4.5 generation Omni-Role fighters are a serious threat. Their trump card, the Meteor long-range air-to-air missile. With its ramjet sustainer motor, the Meteor maintains high energy deep into its flight envelope, creating a no-escape zone exceeding 60 kilometers, arguably the most potent BVR weapon in the theater. Coupled with the Spectra electronic warfare suite and the ability to deploy the SCALP stealth cruise missile range 500 kilometers, Rafales can reach deep into contested airspace, neutralizing high-value targets while remaining outside the lethal engagement envelopes of most surface-to-air missile SAM systems. The IAF still leverages upgraded Mirage 2000s and MiG-9 UPGs, modernized with glass cockpits, contemporary radars, and enhanced weapon systems. These veterans remain credible interceptors and strike platforms. The Jaguar Darren III fleet, specialists in low-level, deep penetration strikes, are showing their age but still hold a niche in India's offensive doctrine. And then there's the indigenous pride, the HAL Tejas, a single-engine, delta-wing multi-role fighter, the improved Tejas Mk-1A, with its AESA radar, digital flight controls, and compatibility with weapons like the Astra BVR missile, is slated for squadron service starting this year. 2025, a testament to India's push for self-reliance. Strategic depth is provided by a robust support fleet, C-17 Globemasters, C-130J Super Hercules, IL-76s, and Antonov An-32s for heavy lift and logistics. Aerial refueling, critical for extending combat loiter times and strike ranges, is handled by 6 IL-78 MKI Midas tankers, a recently leased SKC-135 for training, and an Airbus A330M RTT wet leased from the French Air Force for 3 years, will significantly bolster this capability, keeping the Su-30s and Rafales in the fight longer. For airborne C4ISTAR command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance. The IAF deploys IL-76 mounted Falcon AWACS and the smaller Embraer ERJ-145 based Nectra AEW and C systems. These are force multipliers, a veritable eye-in-the-sky orchestrating BVR engagements and bolstering India's layered air defense. On the ground, this defense is seeing modernization with Barakat medium-range SAM as a joint Indo-Israeli project, guarding western and northern approaches, while indigenous systems like Akash-NG and the long-range XR-SAM project Kusha are in development. The new Ashwini low-level transportable AESA radars are enhancing detection of low-flying threats, with 7 air commands, over 50 operational airbases, and an ambitious plan to expand to 60 fighter squadrons by 2047. The IAF infrastructure suggests a capacity for sustained, high-tempo operations, even on the dreaded two-front scenario against Pakistan and China. Pakistan Air Force PAF, the agile adversary. Facing this numerical behemoth, the PAF, with its approximately 450 combat aircraft, has cultivated a doctrine of agility, selective modernization, and tight network-centric operations. Their frontline punch is delivered by 3 core platforms, the JF-17 Thunder, the venerable F-16 Fighting Falcon, and the newly inducted J-10C Vigorous Dragon. The JF-17, a Sino-Pakistani co-development, is the PAF's numerical backbone. Over 150 units are in service, with the latest Block 3 variants boasting the KLJ-7 AAESA radar, helmet-mounted display, sight, a full glass cockpit, and crucially, compatibility with the potent PL-15 BVR missile. This missile significantly enhances the JF-17's long-range engagement capability, while its single Klimov RD-93 engine or its Chinese derivative means it can't quite match twin-engine adversaries in raw thrust-to-weight or energy retention. The JF-17 is a cost-effective, locally supported multi-role fighter, allowing for widespread deployment. The Pakistan Aeronautical Complex Hakka camera handles partial manufacturing, lending a degree of resilience against external supply disruptions. The PAF's F-16 fleet, numbering around 75 to 80 aircraft, includes upgraded Block 15s and the more modern Block 52 variants. These are equipped with an APG-68V9 radar, joint helmet-mounted cueing systems, and can deliver a range of precision munitions like JDA-MIS, GBU-1 Paveways, and AGM-65 Mavericks. Their primary air-to-air punch comes from the AIM-1 OC-5 MRAM, a reliable BVR weapon. Integration with Sniper X are targeting pods and Pakistan's AWACS network, makes these F-16s dependable all-weather strike and air defense assets. The game changer, however, could be the Chengdu J-10C, inducted in 2022. These are currently PAF's most advanced fighters, powered by the WS-10B thrust vectoring engine and equipped with a GAN-based AESA radar. The J-10C offers superior agility, sensor fusion, and BVR lethality through the Place 15 and the Agile Place-10 short-range missile, with at least 25 airframes delivered and more on order. The J-10C is a strategic counterweight to India's newer acquisitions, serving as a core asset for quick-reaction air superiority. Legacy platforms like the Mirage 3, some upgraded for standoff strike with RAD-ALC-MIS, and F-7P, PG Skybolt are being phased out. Their indigenous fifth-generation fighter program, Project ASM, remains largely conceptual. For airborne surveillance, the PAF operates a modest but capable fleet, Saab 2000 AEW and C, and the Chinese ZDK-03, Karakoram Eagle AWACS. These are integrated via the Link 17 data link into a centralized C2 network, vital for coordinating BVR shots and maintaining situational awareness. Their refueling capability rests on for IL-78MP tankers, typically 3 operational, supporting the JF-17, J-10C, and F-16 fleets. Though this limited number constrains concurrent long-range operations, standoff strike capability is primarily provided by the RAD air-launched cruise missile, deployed from upgraded Mirages. While not in the same league as India's BrahMos or SCALP in terms of speed or range, they offer a precision strike option. Work on further air-launched systems, possibly Babur variants, is reportedly underway. Ground-based air defense is centered on the LY-80 HQ-16 medium-range SAM system. Indigenous radar development, like the SR-3D S-band system 80 kilometers range, SAM targeting, low-level coverage, is progressing, with future variants aiming for extended range. Unmanned systems are a growing focus. The Chopper 3, a locally developed male-class UCAV, boasts a 500 kilograms payload and 24R+ endurance. Armed variants are expected to supplement existing ISR platforms like the Wing Lung 2. Geographically, the PAF practices dispersal across major and forward operating bases: PAF Base Mushaf Sargodha, Shahbaz Jacobabad, Masra Karachi, and strategic forward locations like Skardu, which has seen JF-17 deployments during past tensions. The PAF, though smaller, has sculpted itself into a lean, adaptive force. Its strength lies not in sheer numbers but in integration, a relentless push for niche modernization, and an asymmetric doctrine designed to maintain deterrence and tactical flexibility in this high-stakes theater. Closing assessment, May 7, 2025. The skies over the subcontinent are a tinderbox. While the IAF possesses a clear numerical and, in some areas, qualitative edge, the PAF is a well-trained, motivated force with modernizing assets and a doctrine honed by decades of operating as the underdog. The outcome of any large-scale aerial conflict would be influenced by numerous variables: the scale and duration of hostilities, the geography of engagement, rules of engagement, attrition rates, logistical resilience, and the critical human factor: pilot skill and C2 effectiveness. As of this moment, both their arms are at peak readiness. Any miscalculation, any stray shot, could ignite a conflagration with consequences too dire to fully comprehend. We are monitoring all frequencies, all movements. The next few days, perhaps weeks, will be critical. The world watches, holding its breath. This narrative aims to capture the tension, provide the detailed technical information, and maintain a serious, analytical military tone suitable for an audience interested in such events.